Yes, Miss Rachel Labar, for oral argument there. In the brief that was filed January 22nd of 2013, respondent's brief appeal from the Idaho Industrial Commission. Thomas B. Basken, chairman, is the one that put this together. Now, on page 41, it states, in another example, Claimant challenged the statement that he was arrested in Plea, Idaho on August 22nd of 2008. Claimant challenges the statement that he was arrested in Plea, Idaho on August 22nd of 2008. Claimant appellant's brief, page 10. In another example, Claimant alleged the referee and the commission misinterpret a statement in Life report. Claimant's brief, page 7 and 9. Claimant does not correct the alleged factual inaccuracies if they exist. What was I filing with you all, with the commission, during this appeal? Documents to back that up. Now, why would you make a statement like that? Not thinking again that I was going to make it all the way to oral argument? Yes, I am arguing that I wasn't arrested, and it does make a major impact. Because isn't it a fact that I was arrested on August 22nd of 2008 in Ontario, Oregon, at Lifeways, by 7 police officers at gunpoint in the parking lot of Lifeways? And isn't it a fact that I spent a couple of weeks in jail? Isn't it a fact that I went and I had a jury trial based upon that arrest of August 22nd of 2008? And I had my medical providers testify on my behalf at a trial, at a jury trial, that I did snap on August 22nd of 2008 due to your refusal to help me with any kind of psychiatric or any kind of help like that. But in the binders that I have, clearly states from my physicians. What, you're going to believe Mr. Crum, the vocational person, that said I was probably out of work, possibly due to drug addiction? What the hell was that? Substantial evidence? To me, it was kind of biased. And Dr. Hansen, yeah, he did report that, it'd be beneficial if I went back to work. But isn't it a fact in his deposition? In his deposition, after the hearing, because my attorney, that you all paid for, but my attorney, he wouldn't do anything on my behalf. But isn't it true that I was arrested for doing 98 miles an hour through Ontario, Oregon, into Lifeway's parking lot, was arrested for eluding a police officer, attempting to elude a police officer, and for reckless driving? And isn't it a fact that I was found not guilty of the eluding the police officer based upon the blackout that I was in, based upon my injury, and I was found not guilty by a jury? Or did I manipulate them too? Well, again, I want you all to prove and to back this up. Yes, they do. I mean, all these little bitty ones that you all have in the filings, they are an issue. Oh, misstated about how in the records, a life flight report. Well, yeah, when you put in there due to a pre-existing injury, then what you're trying to do is you're trying to also put in the injury of 2005 of Larry at Red Apple that you aren't even supposed to have the records of. Because what I was trying to also tell my attorney, and you all, is that that Larry Robb was being sued because of me by an employer that had gotten a job through Whitco, that worked also for Larry Robb, that was mentally was slow. She had worked there for a lot of years, but he fired her instead of me. And then when her family found out what I was, they got all pissed off and started looking into me because I got all the reports. But my attorney, Wouldn't do anything, Mr. Lynn Luker? You finally responded to me yesterday in an email? Oh, I just leave it at what's in the record. No, Mr. Lynn Luker, I want you to come before her. I want you to answer, because you're not part of this. You are your own separate appeal. I'm demanding that you respond to my appeal, Mr. Lynn Luker, in writing to the Idaho Supreme Court. I want you to prove your so-called whatever. As you and the law firm and the firm of Anderson, Julian Hall, how you all came back after you put in lies on why to withdraw, and then you turn around and you come back. Come on, Mr. Luker. I'm not gonna stand by. Come forward, Mr. Luker. Are you a coward? You're a legislator. You're an Idaho legislator. Your standards are a little bit more higher than an average attorney off the corner, Mr. Luker. You represent Idaho, and you're hiding from an injured worker that you were supposed to have been helping on my Social Security. But in their brief, they're saying that Social Security wasn't brought up, but you had filed on my Social Security also. So what are you trying to do here, Mr. Luker? Trying to help the state of Idaho?